Sundance inspired me because I was around so many like-minded individuals, artistic types of people. It was just being there. You kind of felt there was something. There was something in the air. There was so much excitement and so much adrenaline. It was just inspiring just to be there. I mean, I probably didn't have to go see any films just to be inspired. So, just kind of the camaraderie and, everyone kind of, everyone there kind of had the same goals. They wanted to see as many films as they could. They wanted to see, what was great, what wasn't as great, things that were popular or not as popular. Everyone had such different tastes and eclectic tastes. So, it's just really cool that, thousands and thousands of people come from really all over the world just for this one film festival in this tiny little city of Park City, Utah. So it was just inspiring just to be there. Being a fan of pop culture and TV and film, just being there and you could literally run into any given celebrity or film director or anything. That's probably the most exciting thing. Probably meeting, well, number one, I met Joe Manganiello. He's on, HBO's True Blood, which is in its final season. So he actually had a film that was premiering at Slamdance. And I went with three other students from the program, and we all got our tickets and we went to go see it. And luckily after he did like a Q&A and, he signed autographs and took pictures. I got to talk with him for about a minute or so, probably just being with like classmates from Western Kentucky University, from this small town, and going to something where it's all about show business, but it's all about show business in the name of art. It's not really about anything that's like extremely hoity-toity or bourgeoisie or anything like that. It's just more about artists getting together and wanting to experience other artists' work. I was in this basically it was a premiere, but it was more of a smaller premiere because it was for a documentary short film, and the film was about Robert De Niro's father. So it was I think called Remembering Robert De Niro Sr., Remembering the Artist. And Robert De Niro actually ended up coming into the panel because it was basically like the director and the producers and the artistic curator who basically curated all of his father's art and his mother's art because she was an artist as well. And so he came in at the last moment, and just to kind of hear him speak and to hear him talk about, because he's a very like modest person and very humble, but also he's just I think he's gun shy as well. I think he doesn't like talking about himself a lot. So he doesn't give a lot of interviews. So that was just cool just to kind of be in that presence of someone who has been in the business for decades and who has done such, acclaimed and great, works of art, really. The single most important lesson that I learned at Sundance probably was that the career path that you are willing or wanting to take, whether you're a student or not, is never going to go the exact way that you plan on it going. It's a very winding road, and especially with someone who has come from a very creative major and a very liberal major, just like, film would be as well, or television production. Television production is a little bit more mapped out. But this new major, that has been on campus for like less than 5 years, I know that there's really no path, or, because people ask me, what do you want to do after school? Like, I know it sounds like a really cool major, but what can you do with it? And I just basically tell them that, I want to work in entertainment, but basically I'm going to have to carve out my own path. I like the class a lot, the way that Dr. Hall and Dr. Hovitz set it up, because you learn, I believe it was either a week or 2 weeks that we did it online. So basically we read from a book, and we wrote some, we took some tests and things like that. So that was cool to kind of, we kind of learned background on independent film festivals and kind of, where the indie film festivals come from. So that was really interesting. And then to go and apply that knowledge that we've had to, basically go and work hands-on. I think it was amazing how they did it. And I know they're probably going to restructure it, yearly, but I really do hope that this is something that they can keep doing, over the years. I think I will go back. I was planning on volunteering this year, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I'll be looking for a job as well. So it's either kind of like job or volunteer, because like that's a full commitment for a week in January, or a week or 2 weeks, something like that. I mean, like it's kind of like a small part-time job for a week. You know, it's very intensive. So, but I do think I will go back. You know, either as a spectator or you know I could be eventually working with a production company or, you know, you never know. So, but to know that the first time that I went was with my school, you know, was with you know my college, you know, and it was my last year of school. So I thought it was very cool. It was a very, you know, very cool experience. Probably one of the highlights of my Western experience, I'd say.